Okay, I'll go first. Hi, I'm John Freeman. This is Brittany Calm. We're with Browne Family Estate Vineyards, and we're just going to go through the lineup really quick of what we're showing today. So the first wine we'll be pouring today, we have actually two wines, two bubbles called Sauvage. The beauty of the Sauvage, or the catch of the Sauvage, are these are no dosage wines. So there's no added sugar. There's no dosage means to add sugar to a wine, to a sparkling wine. So you end up with maybe a little bit more balance. You kind of help out with the acid a little bit. You pick up a lot more of the fruit. So the Sauvages don't have any of that. These are they would be referred to as true expressions of the terroir. So we have Blanc de Blanc, and we have the lovely Rosé Sauvage. After we go through the Sauvages, we're going to move on to the Browne Family wines. First wine we'll be showing today is the Browne Family Rosé. This is 100% Grenache from our estate vineyard, Camden Ranch. And so basically, I make the wines. Brittany Calm here is vineyard manager, so we team up on this big time. Beautiful Grenache rosés are so good. They're just naturally really big berries. They have not a tremendous amount of color. Brittany leaves a wonderful canopy on there. And we pick it at the right time, you know, to where we end up with a really nice balanced alcohol, 11-12% alcohol. And Grenache is just fruity through and through, so it's absolutely a pleasure to drink. Put a slight chill on it, you'll not be sad. After we do the Grenache, we're going to go to the heritage tiers. So we have a couple of heritage wines here. If I can find the other one, I'd be happy. There we go. So we have our heritage tiers. Kind of a cool showing today for this. The heritage is not available. You can't go to the grocery, you can't go to the local store to pick up the heritage. These are strictly for on-premise programs. So these are in restaurants. We all know for the last year and a half, that's not been the best business in the world with the restaurants. But these wines are blended and made to go with food. That's our whole target on this. We'll make lots of different Chardonnays, lots of different Cabernets. But when we put thought into these, we make these with American oak. The American oak resolves very quick, so we can get it out there. It makes the wines, you get a beautiful coconut, you get a lot of the sweet tones, a lot of the vanillins. Very food friendly. On the Chardonnays, you can't go wrong. When you get to the Heritage Cabernet Sauvignon, also an American oak program, American oak barrels. We choose specific vineyards for this. We use a lot of our Skyfall vineyard that Brittany also manages. And the reason we use these particular vineyards is this is mostly Skyfall, and we use a lot of 4-7, all the rich fruit. The reason we choose these vineyards is because they're super duper fruity. They're not over the top tannic. They're not over the top aggressive in any form. They're very non-threatening wines. So they go great with food. You can't go wrong. It's not going to overpower your steak. It's not going to overpower your salad. These are meant to complement your food. Outside of here, you basically can get these from restaurants. That's the heritage tier. We're going to move on to the brown Chardonnay. We laughed very hard when we decided to start making a Chardonnay, and the first name out was Browne Chardonnay. And the owner didn't think it was funny. We thought it was very funny. But the brown Chardonnay comes from all of our state vineyards. We have many, many, many different blocks that go into this. We do a native yeast ferment on it, and so we end up with a lot more viscosity, a lot more texture. This is a, how do I put it? This is a big boy for Chardonnay. It's big, there's a lot of viscosity, a tremendous amount of the butter tones, and just thick and syrupy in your mouth. The reason it gets that way is because we go through malolactic fermentation, and we do a program called Sur Lie, where we actually stir the lees in the barrels. The lees is the bottoms, the sediment. And we stir it up, and it's basically dead yeast holes, and it just gives us incredible texture to your Chardonnay. So if you like big Chardonnays, lots of texture, lots of flavor, this is the one for you. We have it in the ice bucket right now, and take it out because it'll taste better without being in it. Oh, here we go. Now we're talking. I know, I put it out of order. So then we have our Tribute Red Blend. The cool thing about Browne Family and our state vineyards, we have all noble Bordeaux's planted as varieties, so we keep them all separate. And you know, Brittany's job as a vineyard manager really is to make sure that she's producing the best Petit Bordeaux, the best Malbecs, the best Cabernets, and so on. We actually sell these as varietals to the wine club, and we always make Malbecs, we make Petit Bordeaux as varietals. When we're all said and done with this, we have a significant amount of Malbecs left over, Petit Verdeaux's and Cabernet Sauvignons. We blend them together and to make the tribute blend. It's a red blend, Bordeaux red blend. This stays for about 22 months in French oak barrels before we bottle it. They stay as individual lots for over a year. And then at about 14 months, we start blending some of the Petit Syrahs with some of the Cabs, with some of the Merlots, so on and so forth. Wonderful wine. It's all French oak, so you don't get over the top oakiness to it, but you get that beautiful texture, cigar box aromas. It's absolutely delicious. This is one of our best line wines. Try it, you'll like it. Last but not least, we have the big boys. So I don't know if you can see this, but there's a lot of writing on these bottles. This all happened because we have a marketing team. And because of our marketing team, Andrew Browne, the owner of Browne Family Vineyards, wrote this long-winded letter to I don't even know who it was to. I think it was to somebody in our wine clubs or something or the other. And he was explaining the whole story behind it, behind the Browne family. All the Browne wines are dedicated to somebody in Andrew Browne's family. And he explains here the whole point behind it, but his grandfather, Bittner Browne, William Bittner Browne, was a war hero from yesteryear, and he had incredible stories. And ultimately what happened was Andrew was basically allowed to drink wine at his house when he was a little kid. And so Andrew fell in love with wine. And he dedicated the whole winery to Bittner Browne, William Bittner Browne. So these bottles are a dedication. Super cool silk screen, on the front and the back. It's really not about the packaging. We all know that the packaging's great, it's cool, it's fun, it's cool to look at. We make these special magnums, 1.5 liter magnums, because we want people to share them. We think it's a great idea. You can go to a dinner party with 4 of your friends. You don't have to open a zillion bottles. You open this, you share it. It's a cool, I guess you could keep this bottle forever as a decoration.
They make great vases.
They make great vases. And we even have little spots, to sign your name to it, maybe the name and date when you drink it. But what's most important is the wine in the bottle. This is incredible Washington State Cabernet Sauvignon. I could talk about awards, I could talk about everything else, but really you gotta try it. This is delicious stuff. I hope you enjoy.